sorry, what I was going to say in the last video was that what my team asked me, one of the ways that I let go, and so that karma could be served, because my energy was entangled too much and people were holding on to my energy, even though I was letting go, and I'm over and over and over and over and over and over, and it was still holding up part of the matrix. And I was like, and I wasn't, and I didn't realize I wasn't letting it go. I didn't realize I was trying to heal and I couldn't see, and I wasn't, that's what I mean. This is a subtle landscape. We are in a subtle realm. That's why we have to forgive ourselves at all points to be open to receiving the actual healing, because we don't know. We really don't know. We were made to be in the moment and to experience the moment and to be appreciative of the moment and grateful for the moment and to interact with our environment in a harmonized way. And instead, we've been programmed and conditioned into putting our attention and our energy and our manifestation abilities elsewhere. And so, yeah, that's why this time of the new age of Aquarius was going to change. It's not going to be like that anymore, like the old way. And it's actually really cool to like come out of hell and own the part of yourself that you were in hell, and be proud of that. Be proud that it made you who you are. Like to own your own experience and be like, yeah, that shit happened to me, man. And, but it doesn't mean hold on to it. That's what I mean. I didn't realize I was holding on to the injustices so much to myself, but I was also being attached to in those ways to keep me from moving on in those ways that I needed to and wanted to. But my divine team said, does it change anything? You being worried about what's going to happen to you and what's going to happen next, or like being so involved and not trusting is what I was doing. You know what I mean? Because I kept being obsessive about what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. And that's not and it was creating the energetic block for what I wanted to happen actually happen. Or like for justice to be served in the way that it should be, needs to be. I needed to let go, and I didn't realize in the ways that I was holding on. And so, but that was the question that was posed to me. Would it change what you're doing right now? Does it matter? Does it matter? Because I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm aligning my energies, and I'm clearing out my energies, and I'm healing from Mother Gaia, and I'm bringing in the new age of Aquarius and the new Earth paradigm, or the new Earth altogether, and so me worry, that last little bit of me worrying about what's going to happen, or like holding on to things that aren't important type deal. But I wasn't realizing, I was just so used to doing them and being that way, that I didn't realize I was creating that energetic block into actually being. I was upset that I wasn't the way that I wanted to be, which was creating the block to me actually being that. And so that's why they had to pose the question to me: would it change what you're doing right now, and why? And I was like, no, it wouldn't. So like whatever happens, it doesn't matter. I know what I'm doing and what I have to do, and I'm protected in doing it because I just am. I know all this within me, and so I have to carry on in that way, and it doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. It doesn't. It really doesn't. And then all the ways that I was lacking, or that I thought that I was lacking, but creating the energetic block and the lack itself by thinking I was lacking, it doesn't matter. None of that matters with what I'm actually doing. It doesn't. I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna live the life that I'm supposed to live in the way that I'm supposed to live it, for God and for humanity, for the highest good of all. And so I don't need to worry about anything. I don't. I'm okay. That's one of the biggest things my ancestors, and they're like, you're okay. We want you to just feel okay. Because I've had to energetically battle so much with outside forces that I couldn't see that were attacking me. You know what I mean? That I had to be on guard energetically, because I was still in a lower vibrational state too, and integrating and healing, and so it made me accessible to those energies still, and that's why what made it even harder to heal. But I called my ancestors in, and I called them in to help me, and I knew that, and they did, and then through that, my downloads came, and what I'm supposed to do, and how I'm supposed to help people, and how I already was, and how I always had been. Honestly, like that's what I mean. It was like they were like, be proud of who you already are, and you haven't believed in yourself because you were programmed not to. you know? So embrace who you are, because God made you who you are to be who you are, as you are, in all the ways that you are. And so don't deny any part of yourself. Embrace every part of yourself and hold it in honor. And then proceed on from there. You know, what are you going to do with that? How are you going to help, let it help you help others, so they don't have to feel the kind of pain that I felt, you know what I mean? Like, but we're all human. We're all human. And we all feel to varying degrees, and we've all been through shit to varying degrees, and that's why we have no right to judge anyone else, because we do not know their journey. You know, it is a veil, it is a lie, it is a separation that just keeps us separate from one another and understanding each other to the degrees that we can. Think about the depth that we can actually get to, honestly, you know, with each other, and how much love and empathy and compassion we can have for each other if we weren't so worried and busy doing shit that doesn't matter, that doesn't help, that isn't beneficial. Think about how much we could expand and become more, and become even more compassionate and loving toward each other if we weren't worried and fucking giving our energy to ways that aren't important. That's a thought right there. Boof. For real.